New Counter Wargaming, I'm Jay, and today you're going to be taking a journey with me to Hogtown 40k's Lethal Lottery Doubles Tournament 2018. Alright, it's that time again. We're doing the Lethal Lottery once more. Basically, this is the most fun event, in my opinion, that Hogtown 40k puts on, because there's just an awesome randomness about it that just makes it wicked fun. I mean, normally a doubles tournament, you choose your partner, right? And then you can tailor your lists to suit each other, to help each other, to maybe exploit the rules with combinations that wouldn't normally be acceptable or seen as normal. With this tournament, the great part is that you don't know who you're going to be paired with. Also, you don't know who you're going to be fighting against and who they're going to be paired with. So there's just a element of silliness that ends up happening. Everybody just has a great time. You get some random combinations of stuff that you wouldn't normally think would happen. And a lot of the time it just narratively doesn't make any sense. Hogtown 40k's events are always good for meeting new people, getting to know the other club members, socializing within the hobby, and we just love to support Hogtown 40k in every way that we can because we are club members, and of course we have a great time at all the events. In fact, this event specifically, our very own Adam Truax is TOing it, so it should be a wicked good time. So let's go to the Sword and Board and check out the tournament. Game one, I'm allied with the Astra Militarum. They're all in flyers, which is wicked awesome. I got all my mutants just right at the front, ready to charge at the enemy, and we're up against the Space Wolves, allied again with Scions. Catachans, technically, yes. Got some mortars over here, Fulgurins and stuff in the back. That thing is going to be a pain in the butt. Anyway, so the mission, we've got 6 objectives. Well, we don't know until the 3rd turn. what objectives are going to be important. So whoever's turn it is first on the third turn gets to choose 3, and you roll a d3 to see which one is good, and the other 2 disappear. So we got to make it to the third turn. Let's hope this goes well. So it's basically just the chapter approved mission resupply drop, but they've changed the secondaries on us. Plus, because this is a doubles tournament, we can share 1 command point back and forth. But we can only do the interrupt once per team, that interrupt stratagem. Yeah, other than that, it's just killing each other, so let's see how this game goes. Sorry, I almost forgot to give you guys a first turn recap. We've actually just done our second turn movement phase, but in the first turn, I only lost a few cultists, and my Herald of Slaanesh and 1 Chaos spawn. We almost lost a Valkyrie, but we didn't. He's got a couple wounds left. Basically, my horde is just trying to move up the center here. They got assaulted. I was stupid and left my backline open to these Terminators, and they killed my Herald. They got assaulted up in here, which killed a bunch of cultists, but they have run away from that, now moving up the field, and hopefully these Scions that are on my team can take out these Terminators with their plasma, and if they can't, I got some Ogrins here that are just going to run in and beat them to death, hopefully. Yeah, other than that, the enemy is pretty much staying where they are, except for their deep strikers. So we'll see what they do in their second turn. So my Ogrins run away from his Warlord here. The cultists have turned around, and my Hounds have come down off this building after killing those Scions. They're moving over here to kill those Guardsmen. These Hounds are coming over here to resupport in case those Scions can't take out his Warlord. If they can, they're going to move over here to fight these Terminators, otherwise they're going to be fighting that guy with the hammer. Dreadnoughts failed their long bomb charge last turn, so these Guardsmen are just sitting here on an objective, but we rolled for our D3 on the objectives, and these 2 went away. And this one's the important one, which scores me a victory point this turn. And that's basically that. I mean, the plane's flying around doing very little.
Yeah, the Flyers haven't received it.
And we just can't seem to kill this Leman Russ. So let's see how the third turn goes. It might be the last turn of the game. So we're looking at an empty battlefield here, because once again I forgot to do the recap, but that's fine. These guys totally took the game. They had the objective. They were able to kick me off the objective that was here. I just had a unit of cultists, so it was super easy to do. So I only got 2 points. My ally got 1 point. The Catachan player got 13, and the Space Wolf player got, I don't know, 6 or 8 or something. So they just totally wiped us, which is going to do them good for them for the next round, not so good for me for the next round. But I might get paired with someone who is obviously doing a lot better than me. So let's see what the next game brings. Game 2, I am up against the Imperium. We actually have Chaos versus the Imperium. I'm facing Shane once more. I faced him in my last game. He had the Catachan army, and we're allying with our very own Paul Fowler and his Imperial Fists, our awesome podcast host. And I'm with Jesse, who's got Alpha Legion technically, even though they're orange. Wicked awesome conversions. So we've actually got a great allegiance here of Chaos versus the Imperium. The mission, we've got to burn the objective. It's Scorched Earth. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is probably behind the Manticore.
Yeah, under that.
Cool. Yep, so we can burn these 3, they can burn these 2, and this guy here is just going to be held by whoever gets there. They've got the first turn, they're moving up right now, so we'll see how the first turn goes. And to turn 1, our entire army moved up. They managed to take this Leman Russ and take out the Noise Marines, but Jesse was able to deep strike in some Obliterators to take their place. I got 1 spawn in combat who did squat, but he took 2 wounds himself, and everything else is just moving up. Not really much else worth discussing right now, other than points. We got all 3 of these objectives, scoring us each 1.5 ourselves, I suppose, and 3 for our team. They, on the other hand, got... Did you guys got 3 objectives this turn?
Yeah, we got ours.
Yeah.
I would say...
So they got 3 points, we got 3 points. Excellent. Don't think there's any secondaries yet, so we'll see how turn 2 goes. End of turn 2. Of course, everything pretty much moved up.
I ended up losing 2 of my Chaos Spawn and a good chunk of my mutants, but they ran up this wall to resupport the Obliterators. We tried our hardest to take out the Lehman and the Leviathan with no luck, but yeah, I got my Ogrons up here. I had a smite denied on me, but we took out one of these crazy, whatever they're called, aggressors or whatever. And we're slowly pushing forward, hoping to get more points. So we still got our 3 objectives. We haven't burned any of theirs yet. They also have 3. So that gets us 3 more points, them 3 more points, and then as far as like tracking our individual ones, we both have 1.5 again. So yeah.
No, your gap is getting really tiny.
Let's see how turn 3 goes. Bottom of turn 3. I ended up
They haven't done anything all game.
my hounds over here in the Terminators because they failed to charge in their turn. And I got completely wiped out pretty much. I had 2 hounds left in me. They actually ran away, so all that left is the Packmaster. I got all my remaining dudes here trying to get up on this Ogren bodyguard. I just can't seem to kill him with his 2 up and
Almost to the right.
Alright, let's get
just
there.
gross. The rust just won't die no matter how much we keep firing at it.
So he's
And of course we're still holding this up here. I got the objective back there, and I also have the objective back there, so we're still racking up points, but we haven't gotten into their deployment zone to be able to burn anything yet, which kind of sucks. But with this deployment and the long ways journeying across the field, I don't really have much in combat at this point either. Oh, I should mention the Demon Prince from the spawn just totally took out Strachan, which was awesome.
one shots.
And yeah, so now we're moving into the 4th turn. Alright, so end of the game, we actually tied on primaries. I myself did not get any secondaries. I believe my ally got 1 secondary point. And who the hell knows what the hell our enemies got. Maybe I'll throw that in later on in the editing process. But basically, this was a really good game and totally tied game. We didn't end up raising any objectives. None of them were burned to the ground. I almost lost my entire army. Jesse literally did lose his entire army except for like a 1 Obliterator there and a few cultists. Wow, what a bloodbath. Wicked good game. And let's go on to the next round. Alright, starting game 3. This one is table quarters, and it's basically the Greasy Servitor, which is the relic, but he teleports 3d6 in a random direction if no one holds it. So right off the bat, it went from the center of the board right next to my Chaos Spawn, which is great for us. And then as soon as the person who's holding the relic dies, it teleports 3d6 inches immediately in a random direction, blah, 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 blah. So there's no objectives in this game. There's no kill points. It's just whoever can hold on to the Servitor. And he's greasy. He likes to slide around and go all over the board. So we'll see what happens. Now, last game I was teamed up with Jesse versus Paul, which is interesting. Now I'm against Jesse and Paul, and Louise has been thrown into the mix. He's got the Ultramarines you see over here with their regaining command points craziness. So let's see how this game goes. We're just starting turn 1, and the enemy has the first turn. So be back to you after the first turn. Once again, I forgot to recap the first turn, but we're in the middle of the second, so these guys are going on their second turn right now. They're in their shooting phase. As you can see, the majority of my army is pretty much dead. All my cultists are gone except for this little unit here. I'm just trying to push forward. I still have the Greasy Servitor right there, still holding on to him. But I got Terminators staring at me down the corner here, so we'll see if they can assault me. I got no shooting to overwatch with, so we'll see what happens. But as of right now, this is our game. I am dying quickly though, so I'll be back to you at the bottom of the second, if I remember. Bottom of the turn. Oh, this is not turning out pretty well, but we do still have the relic, which is great. But I was hoping my Ogmans can intercept those Terminators, so we'll see what they do next turn. They might just run around and fight me anyways, which kind of sucks. I had some hounds jump in here. They killed 1 cultist, which is really stupid. Assaulted the veterans, and they killed more of me than I killed of him. You guys are still fighting.
So let's go smash those.
And the Ultramarines are pretty much all gone except for their tank and their captain, and 2 plasma duties. So this is getting pretty down to like pretty much who ends up tabled. We'll see how the next turn goes. So I believe this is the bottom of the third. I kind of lost track of what turn it is, but we think it's the bottom of the third. And it should be our turn now, but I have my Warlord, we have Luis's Warlord, and I've got a unit in combat here. Oh, I got another unit over here. So maybe I can kill a whole lot of cultists this turn. But he did manage to take the relic from me finally after 3 turns with those Terminators that just didn't want to get in there.
I needed to make them.
So even though I held on to the relic for 2 turns, Paul was able to steal it from me, which gives them the game, the major victory. So we're going to add up secondaries and see what the actual points are for the tournament standings. But other than that, I think we lost this one. So, good game.
Good game, guys. Thank you so much.
Good game, Paul.
Thank you.
Good stuff, man.
All right.
Because how much fun was it? Cool. So a bunch of prizes, a bunch of hard-fought battles out there, a bunch of well, maybe minor backstabbing. Who knows? And well done painting arrows and stuff. So let's just go from actually let's go to the bottom. To top. Yeah. Well, it's not really the bottom. It's different stuff.
It's like Drake.
Oh, winner.
Is it one of them that's really the bottom?
So we have the fun prizes.
Yeah, fun prizes.
So my pick today was for a brave little cultist who, after his entire unit was mowed down, did a 12-inch charge, went and cast the robots and finally died.
Wow.
So good job.
Against robots. After all of his squad died.
All right, so there was an Ogren character running around out there with a 2-up invulnerable save.
Yeah!
Like, he decided he was going to charge into a
Grandmaster Dread Knight.
Grandmaster Dread Knight, which, you know, is kind of neat time up a little bit. And so he charged in there, and the Grandmaster just turned on his guns and killed him in Overwatch.
What? 8 wounds.
8 wounds and dropped 4 ones. That Ogren character went down to the 2-up invulnerable save. So Adam, for killing it in Overwatch,
Yay!
I got to get credit.
Hopefully it's not $50 on it.
It might.
You never know. It's the Hogtown lottery. Yeah.
Dice.
So next is the prize for our favorite ally of the day. And this one's taken by Brian Miller.
Who's the nice guy?
Won something other than worse dice.
I'll do the painting one because I love painting, and it was a close contention. We actually had to concede this one because there was another prize to be won, a better prize out there to be won. So the guy who snagged it was Mr. Jonathan Townsend.
Hey, for sure. For sure. Non-metal metal wins every time. For sure.
We had the 1,000 Suns, a beautiful blending, all done by hand.
Non-metal metal.
Yeah.
On the top.
Yeah. Great job.
Well done.
You want me to put your number up?
Sure, yeah, butcher in 1 second.
Okay. So the butcher today, for consuming the most biomass today.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Claiming
Claiming the most pelts.
Claiming the most pelts. Mike Chat.
Okay. Me.
Awesome. They're good steaks. Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked.
Now the runner-up for best overall,
Ooh.
who ate the second most biomass. It's Matthew Schnarr.
All right. The man who claims the top, he put everyone else under his foot. Jesse McGibney. Guys, thanks so much. Hey, big round of applause for TOs! Sweet, if everyone could grab a couple pieces of garbage on their way out, throw out all your random papers and stuff, that'd be really awesome. Thanks so much for coming, guys.
Come to Justin.
Like a monkey in a rocket on his way back home. Okay. Scratching his head.